Thank you all for joining us today. As I said, my name is Doreen, Senior Customer Success Manager at ESA Digital. I'm delighted to be your host today of our webinar. We have an exciting session planned today where we will be diving into the world of SEO in 2024, particularly focusing on surviving after Google's update, the anti-AI and the spam update. I welcome Dennis, our esteemed speaker, founder and CEO of ESA Digital. Dennis,
hi guys.
Yes, you can take the floor.
Yeah, so I think I'll wait just for a minute. Just write down, please, in the comments if you can hear me nicely, and just if there are any problems with the sound, with the video, just write pluses, in the comment, just plus. So just for me to see everything is cool. Yeah, thanks, guys. Cool. So because then I'll be joining into the presentation. So we've made quite a research, I should say, with Google, with several experts from America, from UK, and yeah, we also collected several examples that might help you with this, also strategies that we use right now at the moment and that you can use as well. And we also prepared several bonuses. So I'll share my screen now, and yeah, let me know if you can see it. Everything is cool. Then
Yes.
I'll just go from it. Cool. So yeah, so Google just announced its new update. So basically they were preparing it for several years. So they started in 2022, and on 5th of March, they just announced this update and starting to get into it, because they gave us just 2 months to fix all the problems till the 5th of May, and we already see a lot of chaos happening on the market. So that's, we decided that, well, maybe it's a good thing, just share it with the market, with the people, and just give you our opinion, how we doing it and how to avoid those penalties. So they're mostly called anti-AI and spam updates. So we'll give you the introduction. So right now we have quite a plan, I should say. So I'll briefly tell you about myself. And then I'll show you the new stats about Google, how it's going, because after ChatGPT, many things changed, how it's going with the Google Ads, with SEO, just brief statistics. And then I'll show you exactly this Google update, the real article, what Google wrote there, and then we'll go through all the details. So there are not so many of them, but you can make screenshots or you can make photos of it, or then we'll just share this presentation with you guys, and you will see exactly what to do and how to do it. Plus, we've collected several examples for you, so you'll see how those examples work. So what are the consequences of all that? After it, we also prepared several strategies that we're using on our end and that we recommend to do as well. Plus, as I mentioned, several bonuses for you, and then Q&A. So you can ask any questions. Thank you, by the way, that you were sending those questions. So several of those we already included into the presentation. So you will get your answers soon. So just not to waste time, I just start from here. And yeah, so what about me? So I'm Belarusian British IT entrepreneur. So my niche is marketing technology. I'm working here since 2010. I'm also ex-top 30 under 30. So got there when I was 25 and in this list. So I'm also Google Campus alumni. So we had a startup with Google. We were developing Google Ads, and we were named among top startup of Central Europe in 2019. I also graduated from Cambridge this year with analytics course, and I'm founder and CEO of ESA Digital. So I founded this agency in 2020. Last year, we were named among top 350 global B2B service companies, and we work with all different companies at the moment. Usually they're either corporates or funded startups or growing e-commerce business. So this is our track here. So right now on the market, what we have is Google is still has a lot of search, a lot of traffic. So in December 2023, they had 84 billion searches per month. So you can see it's still stable, because many people were thinking that it might migrate to ChatGPT, to other search queries. But what we see from the data, it's still not. So we're still on track. And as you can see, Google is still the monopolist. So 92% of the whole search engine market is still by Google. So nothing has changed. It's still there. It's still big, and we need to work with it. But the problem with with all this, Google, of course, is Google is making money with Google Ads. We all know that this is their main cash flow, and the problem with it, it's increasing every year. So I can even say not even every year, every month. And right now, the average cost per click, which is CPC, in Google Ads search is $2.69. We also made these stats for you, so you can just screenshot or make or just follow the link. You can see it by the niches right now. For example, e-commerce is 1.16 worldwide, and then if health and medical 2.62, and you can see that they're quite different. So it's quite expensive, I should say, especially when you're trying to promote and get this traffic. It's brilliant traffic, it's ready to buy traffic, but it's really costly. What's coming from the search, because Google is also not just about the ads, so they have 10 free listings on their first page. So those kind of click-through rates at the moment. So we have desktop and mobiles on average top 10. So the lowest position on the first page is 2%, and the highest top one is approximately 22%. So Google is changing all the time. So they're experimenting with different kind of snippets, zero snippets and all that. But on average, this is 22. That's how SEO emerged. That's how it came from, because people are fighting for those positions. So the higher you are on the search, the more traffic you get, and it's also a free traffic. So we see that, you know, this target achievable market is still there. So we're still on the market, and definitely, you know, everybody is looking not to lose that, or maybe even gate it. So as I said, on March, Google made an update. So they announced these changes, and here is the article. So you can follow it and read it by yourself. It was written by Elizabeth Thurker. She's quite famous in SEO world. So she's the director of Google Search. And what she wrote here, she said that we will improve quality rankings and spam policies. But usually Google really likes to write it, you know, in their specific, non-understandable way. And how we should understand it is it's improved content and improved backlinks. And we also made this, as I said, we made this research for you, and it's all about several things. So first, AI generated content. Second, low quality content. Third, poor user experience. Fourth, keyword stuffing. Fifth, programmatic SEO. Six, gray SEO, or Parasite SEO, as some of our American colleagues call it, and drops, so dropped domain. So now is the sum up. So here you can literally just make a screenshot, or you can make a photo of it. And as you can see, here are the main things what they are actually working on, and that they will finally announce in May. So first of all is AI generated content, but they're adding that there should be low quality content and no value. So if you have AI gen content with low quality content and there is nothing that you've added to it, it will be removed from Google. So that's the first thing. This is a new thing actually, because we didn't have it before. But then when last year ChatGPT emerged and everybody started generating the content, that became the big problem. Next one is websites with poor user experience will face penalties in their search rankings. So this is an old stuff. So Google is trying to do it since 2022. They're working on that. Usually it's about pop-ups. So Google hates pop-ups. So if you have any pop-ups on your website and you are promoting it, making some ads, guys, better just get rid of them, because now is the good time. Next thing is pages with too aggressive SEO content and keyword stuffing also will be removed from Google search results. So before Google tried to avoid it, Google tried to ghost it, but at the moment they will start just to crossing out those pages completely. So guys, if you are into SEO, I know several guys are from SEO, try to add something new to this kind of stuff. Next one is also a new thing, which is called Programmatic SEO. So if you're creating those pages on scale, automatically they will be removed and excluded just from the search, including translations. And that's where we got trapped. So I'll share with you the case that we had. So if you're translating automatically the pages, be aware that you might lose those positions or be completely out of search. Next one is backlinks. This is also a very important and very new thing, is those which don't have relevance will be considered as spam. So we know that Google likes backlinks, but they were trying to not see or not counting those backlinks if there is no relevancy. However, if you don't have it now, then it might be marked as spam. And that was one of the biggest things right now where everybody's running, jumping, and fire everywhere because everybody is just crossing out those backlinks just not to have the spam. So that's why this thing, if you are working with your SEO team or you have SEO or you're an SEO, just be aware of that. So this month, April, will be really hard for you just because there might be a lot of drops. And the next one is, of course, with the dropped domains. So if you're using drops and you're an SEO or something, so you should understand that if you're using low quality content on it, then it will be marked as spam as well. So these are the main points from this update. And now I'll briefly go through each of those and give you examples so you'll understand better what we have. So reduce unoriginal content in search results. So this is how you should understand. This is the quote from the article itself. Usually Google trying to avoid any kind of an original content. So if you're just duplicating or using ChatGPT, and we know ChatGPT is just using the content which is already existing, then there might be penalties. And usually what you should understand is it's completely AI generated content. So if you are not adding any kind of value through AI or just through your human specialist, then you might have problems. And you also asked about the services that we use to check it. We actually checked several during those years. The best is originality.ai. So this is the best service we use. It really tracks it very well. And if you have 100% AI generated content, then this might be the red flag. So be aware of that. This is about this. Next one is keep the lowest quality content out of search. So Google announced it, and I just want to draw your attention to the lowest. So that meaning it's the worst of the worst. So Google is cleaning up the whole rubbish. So they're starting from the really really bad websites, but Google announced that they will clean up to 40% of the whole search. So they're starting from the worst of the worst, and then they're going up and up. So what we should be aware of that here. So usually for Google, it's fake information. So they're really into fact checking. They're really into this kind of thing. And also the new thing, which is generated photos and images. So if you're using some kind of information which is not proved by several sources. So the best example, when I'm asked, like, Dennis, what is the best way to check your fact checking, how to make it? I'm usually say go to Wikipedia, because those guys, they check in from several sources. They give you examples, you have the backlinks and all that. So this is the ideal thing. So the worst thing is trying to get rid of is this fake information. You have this example on your screen now, which is Zach Johnson's website that was completely banned from Google. And as you can see, it's about Tank Davis' net worth. It's a famous American boxer. And we don't know, of course, his net worth. I think only his accountants or himself know this information. But you can see also this is a completely fake generated AI image. This is definitely not him. So I saw him several times. So, and this kind of information will get rid of first. And so if you have this kind of information, AI generated content, AI generated images, you might be the next. So this is the red flag right now. Poor user experience. So this is an old stuff. Google is trying to get rid of, and I'm usually saying the biggest red flag for Google is pop-ups. So example of such pop-up, as you can see, is that you cannot be closed. So if your pop-up appear on the screen and there is no way how to close it, or there is like a timer on the pop-up, which is even worse, that is the poor user experience, and Google will ban those kind of websites. So you also have an example here. Just follow it and just see it by yourself. Created for search engine instead of people. Well, this is also an old stuff. So they started in 2022, 2 years ago. And the best example I usually try to show is long SEO copies with keyword stuffing. So you can see those kind of variants on many, many different websites from different niches. But now this kind of thing is on the radar of Google. So if you have this kind of parts on your web pages, parts on your website, please at least try to add something new, some kind of images, some kind of screenshots, maybe GIFs, maybe something else, but make it more natural, more human, because this kind of copy will also be marked as might be a spam and just deleted from the index. Generate low quality or unoriginal content at scale. So this is programmatic SEO, and This is what many guys who work with big corporates know. So you really want to create as many pages as possible from different locations, like photographer in Manchester, photographer in London, wedding photographer in London, wedding photographer in Manchester. So those kind of guys, they were creating those kind of things, and it worked pretty well before. But now that might be a spam. And also we saw the case, this is one of our clients' cases with translations. So we are creating English text by ourselves. People are really reading it, and what we did basically, we just used an automatic translation. So we just translated it through ChatGPT, and we created an automatic button. So when you post your post, it will go to Spanish version, Portuguese version, and all Turkish version, and all that. And that's how we used it, and that's how we had this incredible growth during this time. And right now, as you can see, we have completely different results. So our rankings have declined within the first top, and you can see the biggest decline is Mexico, Spain, Colombia, Brazil, Turkey. So and it's still going down. So the only way we can do now is definitely turn off this feature and then starting improving the content we just lost some position in. And Google is doing it, usually showing you that, for example, you were on the second position and now you're going to the fifth and then to the seventh. So this is Google. It's trying to tell you, improve. You need to improve. So that is what we're doing now. The next thing is capitalizing on the hosting site's strong reputation. So this is so-called Parasite or gray SEO. So those who are not familiar with this one, so you, basically, guys, we're using some high reputation websites at colleges, universities, government websites, and creating some content promoting their websites. And before it pretty worked well, then it just stopped working. Google starting just to not see these kind of backlinks. Now this will be a spam. And I just want to show you exactly what for them will be most important thing is relevance. So if you don't have the relevance, this is the red flag. And I just made a screenshot from Google Help Center, and you can see what is site reputation abuse for them. So for example, you have an educational site and you are writing an article about payday loans, or you have a medical site and then you have best casinos. You have a movie review and then you have a fortune tellers, followers, and all that. Even I want to draw your attention to, you have a sports site and you're trying to promote workout supplements. So right now, those kind of niche will be also under the radar. And another thing what I would like to add is also PBNs. So personal blogging networks, quite a famous thing in SEO. It's starting to stop working as well. So the Google will start marking it as spam, and unfortunately, we also will need to forget about it. I think till the end of this year, definitely. So just know we'd be aware of that. Expired domains with low quality content also will be considered as spam. So this is the dropped domains. For example, you had a startup in the medical sphere and you were buying some domains from the same medical thing, like for example, some hospital had a website, then they dropped this domain, you buy it, so they have some backlinks and you just adding them to your website, and that is how some SEOs are improving their backlink profile. Now it will be considered as spam. I'll give you an example. So this is an example from one from our websites. So we had a startup ourselves, and we just created it in 2018 and launched it. So we got into Google Campus and Google released it. So we didn't need this domain anymore, and we actually just forgot to prolong it. So it was about marketing assistance, was about artificial intelligence, Google AdWords, and all this sphere. And then the guys in 2020 just bought this domain and created an affiliate tag VPN software blog. You can see smartsub.co. And yeah, they were just basically promoting software for VPNs, for cybersecurity, and getting this traffic. So this is an example of this kind of way. So you need to understand that it will be considered as spam. By the way, for those who are interested, we got this website back in 2023 and added it to our website right now. So yeah, this kind of thing also might be interested for you. So now we need to know what might be the strategies and bonuses for us, because we need to know how to deal with this. And I should also tell you guys that the deadline that Google gave us is the 5th of May. So just literally 1 month, you know, and already see some partners that might come. So be aware of that. So you also might make a copy here or just make a screenshot. So these are the strategies we recommend to do ASAP, so the next month. The first one is, of course, add personal insights to your AI generated content. Under personal insights, we understand your photos, images, maybe some reviews from customers. So this kind of information is essential now. So it's not just good to have, it's really essential. The next one is proper Google Analytics setup. And I'll show you why it is so essential and why including conversions and setting up conversions can increase your organic traffic by 2x, 3x in just 1 year. Next one is Topical Authority. So many people don't know what is it. So this is several partners you need to know. So like expertise, authority, trust, and experience. So those 4 partners and how to work with them. We also will share, I think, one of the best research articles we have on the market. And yeah, you just follow the instructions and make it. And the next one is, of course, check all your lost backlinks right now, because now you will see this chaos. You will see how people are starting to close in those backlinks. They'll start to getting rid of them just to be afraid to get onto those spam filters. And you know, if you have worked with SEO teams or you worked with some outreach teams or webmasters, you will understand for them it might be one of the main parts of their business. That's why they will start doing that. And just know that till the 5th of May, that will be your deadline. So be aware of that. So I'll give you examples for that. So first, with adding personal insights, the best variant that we found, which works really good, is adding some kind of stats and graphs to your even AI generated content. So Google is saying that we don't care about either it's AI or not AI, just give us something new, give a new angle to the article, especially if you want to be in top 10. So we found that this is the best way to give it. And one of the examples which worked really good is AI technology in education report. What we did, we just surveyed 300 plus guys, but then it was curated report. So we just collected information from around the internet, basically with AI content, and then we just edited a bit. And that is what we got, and it worked really, really well. Another thing what we found is screenshots and GIFs. So if you have a startup or software or something, just starting to add in this kind of information, how to use this, how to use that. So any kind of UGC content, that will at least give you some time before Google will stop indexing you. And or maybe you will not get under the spam filters. So this is the first example. And as you can see, this kind of approach, when you add in those statistics, also might give you organic backlinks. So as you see, we got pretty amazing domains and pretty amazing websites with GovTech, with big companies like org domains, and I think we all got them organically, just mention this kind of thing. And plus, we also recommend, if you're doing amazing piece of content, just get your download PDF button on this article. You might get leads. So here we got more than 300 leads, which are also amazing, amazing clients. And right now, many of those already signed up. So, you know, use everything you could, and it's completely worth it. So if you're even spending time, of course there will be more time involved in that, but if you spend, you'll get much better benefits here. Also, you're asking about AI generated content, and as I was saying, the biggest problem with AI content is fact checking. And there is an amazing service on the market which was created a year and a half ago called Surfer AI. So what they do, basically, they use ChatGPT. They are using it and creating it by paragraphs, because we all know the ChatGPT is really bad when you're asking them to write the whole complete article. So what they do is just creating it by paragraphs. And then they also parsing those top 10 positions by those keywords and analyzing the website through the facts that might be used in your article. So they are really doing the whole job for you. And then right from the same interface, you can see how your articles can become better. So if you haven't tried it, I really recommend it. So right now it's a must feature in our SEO team. We're all using it. It works incredibly well, really good. But it's a bit costly, I should say, because so you need to be aware of that. However, if you don't have so much money or you don't want to invest so much, then you can use free plugins. And the best plugin we found so far is WebPilot AI. So this is the plugin that you get inside of your ChatGPT, and then you can send them the link of the article and said, please analyze the facts from this article. So ChatGPT analyze, and then write based on this article several paragraphs, and then you can create it changes dramatically the quality of the content. So definitely worth trying, and it's free. So just start using it because it's really, really nice. The next thing what I would like to tell you is what we actually understood is that Google doesn't understand the content. So we had speculations, we had debates here in the SEO world, and several enthusiasts, I should say, tried to prove it in action, either it's understand or not. And in 2018, they've created a website completely on ancient Latin language and promoted it with rhinoplasty plano, which is a plastic surgery in Texas, in US. And you can see it even took the second position, proving that actually Google doesn't understand your content. What they really understand is the code that you have over there, the main titles, the main headlines, and then the rest, it just doesn't care. Well, some people think that Google is just not using it because they're trying to save their budgets, because they're using the budgets on understanding the website. Others just understand that it's not so great algorithm. However, you need to understand that Google really is not so into it, so not so smart, I should say. They're smart in several things, but not in the content. So, but you should understand that they are using some kind of information, and the best information you can provide to them is, of course, through Google Analytics. So this is the information you can really pay attention to. So if you haven't installed your Google Analytics, especially GA4 that they announced, so definitely you need to do it ASAP, because you need to understand that those 4 parameters, which is views, users, average engagement time, and bounce rate. So those 4 parameters are known as behavioral user experience. So Google understands right from this data how people behave on your pages, and if you're improving some kind of pages and the metrics improve, Google will understand it and give you much better benefits. So this is the must. But what we found out is if you install those conversions and events, that can dramatically increase the organic traffic as well. Because for Google, it's not just about the user experience. For them, it's also important the destination. So how people did they really get what they wanted? So they're showing the examples, and they see that people are really getting there. And for them, it's a great pattern that your piece of content is great. People are happy, everybody is happy. And when you just add in all different kind of conversions, from macro conversions to micro conversions, including visiting some pages, like signing up to your newsletter, I mean, going from one page to another, the more you create, the better. You see that we've created with this, one of our clients, 224,000 conversions through the year. And if you're wondering how that changed and how that influenced, you can see 3x organic growth in 12 months, just installing conversions. So Google starting seeing exactly what people needed, and you can see the difference. So we see that we had on 26th of March, 2022 to 2023, we had 0 conversions, and then we installed all the possible conversions, 775,000, and you can see the difference in organic search is 278%. So definitely worth trying, and you just need to do it once. So you just set up those conversions. They're not so many, but if you create an architecture and do it wisely, you can use it and just improve your conversions from scratch. Next thing what I would like to tell you is definitely this topical authority, because everybody started thinking about, okay, so if there is still AI generated content and we're in this world, how can we influence that? So Google has a phrase called topical authority, and for them it's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustfulness, and nobody understood exactly what is this. So either it's about us section, or it's some expertise, or your certificates, or about us section, or context. So Nathan Gotch from Gotch SEO, which is an amazing speaker, and he's American, and he has his own SEO agency. He analyzed all those kind of partners and created those guidelines that I really recommend you to do. So you just follow them once and implement as much as you can. And that will give you a great boost, and that will safeguard your website from those filters, and you will get amazing value from it. So just follow those kind of links and you will get that. Another thing what I would like to share with you is so-called Topical Map. So Topical Map is basically all the topics around your niche. So when your SEO team or your content team coming to you and asking you either you should write about this topic or not, and you're asking what is the volume, what is the search, how many searches do you have per month? And they're saying, oh, it's going to be 10, maybe 20, 30. And you're saying, no, this is not basically me. You should understand now it's essential because you need to create all those kind of pages, even with AI generated content, but remember adding some kind of small values to it. And if you create all the topics, all the pages around this niche, you might get this topical authority. And then every time you write something about your niche, you will get into the top 10 or maybe even top 3 positions. That is the hack. So this is the approach that we're still using. You just create a brilliant amount of topics, and then you just create a cluster, as we call it, a topical cluster, and then you promote it. So the best free, by the way, service that you can use for this topical map is unthepublic.com. So it was an independent service. Now it is bought by Nel Patel. So it's a famous American SEO guy. So you can use it absolutely for free. Just need to log in and create your topical authority. For example, for us, it might be e-commerce SEO or startup SEO, and you will get all the variants of people, how people are asking the questions, what they're looking for. So it's all collected there. Just use it and start creating those pages as soon as possible, because if you get this topical authority, then you are the king, and that will be your main thing. Another thing I also wanted to mention is, of course, all those lost backlinks, especially during March and April. We see it on our end. We see that many backlinks started to drop. So we recommend a service that we found really useful, which is linkchecker.pro. It's much more cheaper than Ahrefs or SEMrush or any other services. I really recommend you to use it because this is the service where in real time you can see how it's happening. So just follow the link, use it, and happy days. So these are the services we recommend to use. So also you can make a screenshot, or you can just follow the links when you get the presentation. Originality.ai to check your AI gen content, either is good or not. surfaceseo.com, how to write AI gen SEO content with fact checking, and all the optimization with really good information. Webpilot.ai, if you don't want to use Surfer, you can use this one. Answerthepublic.com, so this is for the topical map for your topical authority, and Link Checker Pro, which is for your links, how to check it. So here you go. Now you're set up. Now you should be good. And I also wanted to tell you that we have several bonuses that I announced. So the first bonus is SEO Checklist. So just for those who are right now on this webinar, only you guys, nobody else. So those who showed up, will send you an SEO checklist. So we've made the checklist exactly what you need to have on your SEO, from your SEO perspective on your website. Added several things right now that needed for this update. And you will also see how-to section. So if you don't have it, just follow the link and you will know how to improve that. You will also have bad or good evaluation, impact, difficulty, some kind of comments. So just amazing checklist. You use it and you'll be good. Another bonus we also have, which is an ROI calculator. So we've worked on this kind of information. This is basically a Google API that we use. And then we can collect the freshest data with SEO and ads predictions. So based on your benchmarks, so either you are from ecom or you're from other things, so we already automated it. And you can just follow the link. So it's over here, and you can use it for free. So it's completely free. You just type in your website, so you will get it. And then you will get on your email the spreadsheet where you can see your average monthly searches, what you can expect from Google with clicks, with sales, with monthly revenue, with annual revenue, and the same with SEO. So clicks, sales, all that, plus ROI. So it all will be there, and plus all the keywords. They also will be below, so you can use them for free. It's completely up to you. And yeah, so this is the second bonus. We'll send it to everyone. And yeah, thank you for your attention. So now is time for Q&A.
Yes, thank you, Dennis, very much for your insightful presentation. We have received a couple of questions there, repeating plus minus, and you partially answered them through your presentation, but let's highlight them once again. So the first and most asked question is, how will Google differentiate between the, let's say, original and human written content? If everybody starts writing human content, how will Google decide on which is more genuine or not? You're on mute.
Sorry, we just need to understand that we need to split this into two things. First one, you need to understand that you are writing it for people. So for people, definitely they're looking for answers. So if you provide them some kind of extra value, extra research, extra statistics, some kind of information, or you're giving them amazing instructions, manuals, whatever. So that might influence a lot for people, and that will improve your user experience. And from Google perspective, remember my Google Analytics setup, you definitely need to have this Google GA4. You really need to have those conversions and give Google understanding how people behave, because they don't understand it. So you just need to do it. So when they have this kind of information, people see it. Definitely for Google, as they actually were writing it several times, even here with Google SEO office. So they had several webinars, and they mentioned that we actually don't care either do you write it with AI generated content or human content, or it's a combination of those AI and human. We don't care. The only thing we need is to give some extra value to the search queries, and people will not leave the Google, because the worst scenario for Google is people tried every kind of web page, and then they trying like Bing, like from Microsoft, or they're trying some other search engines, and they just leave, because that means for Google they made their job very bad, and but they want to be monopolists. So that's why for them, answering the question from all the different angles, plus adding your personal insight, that might be the recipe for your success here.
Thank you. One more interesting question from Andre we have: how much does all of this update affect paid traffic of mobile applications?
Well, it's not covered with mobile applications, because mobile applications, they have their own traffic through Google Play. And what we know at the moment is that they are not connected. So it's completely different products inside of Google, just like YouTube is different, just like Google Play is different. So so-called ASO, so app search optimization. So this is another thing. So they've mentioned that it was mostly about the search. So when you are going into the web and you have web to app, for example, niche, when you're getting the traffic from Google search and just getting it into the app, then you will be influenced here a lot. We have several clients here, and basically they just original websites themselves. But if you are speaking about listings of the applications, that is a different thing. Everything is a normal, is still there. And I think that Google might come there as well, you know, and definitely, but you don't have too much descriptions over there. And what I also know is from the advertising perspective in Google Play is still okay. So it's not like with iOS problem that they had before. So it's still there. So you should be good.
Okay, thank you very much for that. One more interesting question. What do you think on other tracking tools other than Google Analytics, as it's some people perceive it as not compliant? So, for example, we have a tool like Matomo. What's your opinion on that?
Well, you should understand that Google doesn't have access to Matomo, to HubSpot, to Salesforce, or to any other analytics tools there. So you should have it as an extra. So the must here is Google Search Console. So this is the first thing, because without it, Google will not even have the possibilities to show you, to work with you, and you cannot work with that. So just close the backlinks, add something, some pages to the index and all that. But you should understand that Google Analytics is a must, and Google made this product for free. They have actually a very expensive corporate version of it, which is really amazing, which is really great, with no limitations. But they've made it because I remember one of those press releases that they made. They said, we've created it just for us to understand better what is going on the market. So you are helping Google to understand how people behave. And as you can see, this is completely logical, because, you know, if they don't have the access to the data and they are just an algorithm, but it's all just about the math over here with Google. You know, if they don't get the data, they don't get the numbers, then, you know, they cannot understand what is happening. And you might have all different extra tracking tools. That is okay. And the only thing I also would recommend you to do is, of course, use Tag Manager, Google Tag Manager, which is an amazing tool, and you can add it through it, because it's going to save you a lot of script time, and also the website loading time, and it's just really easy to use, and Google will even better understand it, because this is the part of the Google. It's completely free, just one container there on the website, and you're good. So if you are following these instructions, you should be good as well.
Great, thank you. And our last question, for the future, let's say, what are the long-term implications of this Google's update on the future of SEO and content marketing?
Well, so what Google announced, right? So I'll first say what Google said, and then I'll share my opinion. So Google said that they will clean up the whole website, the whole web search. So they said they clean up to 40%. So you can imagine how much rubbish they have in there all around the internet. So they'll start from worst of the worst, and then they'll go up to low quality websites, not so low quality, you know, medium quality websites, and they will be penalizing first by declining the positions, and then just getting rid of them. I don't think there will be complete bans. I think you'll see that your pages accidentally stopped indexing, and that is the way how you're going to see it. And definitely they will go into they will try to get rid of those gray SEO tactics, like as I was mentioning, Parasite SEO, drops, PBNs, and all that, because that was a long time a mainstream. Now they said, no, guys, you know, that is the end of this thing, and plus no stupid ChatGPT content anymore. Try to work out, just spend some time, just give some extra value to this, give some new angles people didn't know, and then if it's good, if people like it, and you should be good there. About my opinion, though, so if you're asking me, so I think that Google is trying to keep the balance at the moment, because they were too afraid of ChatGPT that it will replace. But now you can see 92% is still there. So they're still on the market, they still think so. And I don't think that will change dramatically, because some of the people were saying that the search itself will change. So there will be some voices, there will be some snippets. They're experimenting at the moment, but conversions are still not there. And everybody is like looking at it, like saying, okay, guys, so you do your work, but it's some kind of not the good stuff. And basically what they're doing, they're just getting rid of it. But you should also understand that Google is really into mobile. So since 2015, they're mobile optimized first. They're looking into the mobile versions, into the mobile experience. And I think you even saw sometimes that Google is asking you questions. So what is your opinion about this? What is your opinion about that? So pay attention to mobile versions of your websites. And if it's good, then I think it should be fine. So, and yeah, definitely, you know, I'm not afraid, by the way, of the changes. So there might be some changes with the snippets and all that. Just try to give what Google is asking for, and getting into those snippets, into those kind of people also ask parts and all that. Just be the best, and then you'll get all the juice from it. So you'll be the leader.
Great. Thank you very much. So, Dennis, if 1 more minute, we have a question here. There's someone missed our point. Why should they by 5th of May clean all the bad backlinks?
Right. So Google announced that on the 5th of May, they will start. So this whole process that they start on 5th of March, it will be in place. So the whole update, they gave you 2 months by all the points to change, to replace, and then since the 5th of May, then it will be the starting point where all the spam filters, all the AI gen content filters, they'll start working completely. So they're giving you the time right now to fix all the problems that you might have. And I just was mentioning, remember, AI gen content, spam links, and all that. So there was a list of those. So you need to go through all of them, go through all our checklist. And then if you made it, you're good. If not, you need some help, well, you can write to us and we'll be happy to help you.
Yes, we
So, yeah.
encourage you to book a call with us, and we will happily help you do that by the 5th of May. So thank you very much. That is it for today. Special thanks to you, Dennis, for your expertise and sharing it with us. Thank you, everyone, for today's webinar. We hope you found some insightful and valuable information for yourself. So stay tuned, and hope to see you all on our next webinar. And sure, as we said, if you need any help in adapting to the new circumstances, you can always write to us and book a call with us. We would be happy to help.
Cheers, guys, and waiting for the email from us. I mean, those SEO checklist and also ROI calculator. So we'll try to do it ASAP, and yeah, we'll be from there.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, all.
Cheers. Bye.